Ask any small child in Cummings world what Enoch Powell, Babylon Zoo, Prince Albert, Japanning, Enamelware, Papier-Mâché, Kendo Nagasaki, Lavender, 20-Man Percy and the Cummings brothers have in common, and they'll all shout, Wolverhampton! God bless them. Visual drama of a receding perspective, eh? Know what I mean?
Passengers are advised to report any suspicious behaviour to a member of staff or the British Transport Police.
Arriving in Wolverhampton just now, I've just had a moment of clarity. I've just realised what it is about the Black Country and its environs that moves me so. There's a sense of the new world having grown old. A little bit Logan's Run, a little bit Planet of the Apes. The new protrusions exploding out of the foliage that's grown up in their place, like weeds coming up through the cracks in the pavement. Nature triumphing, no matter what man does. What a lovely architectural passage full of main clauses and exclamation marks and full stops and linking devices. If I was to calculate how much time I've spent in various places in my life, somewhere in the top 10 would be a place that isn't really a place at all. It's a relationship between places and speeds and times. It's standing between the carriages of a train, slowing past the skeletal husk of the M&B brewery, the ghost of the low-level station, the morning or evening flashing in the windows of the flats at Heathtown or the maisonettes at Park Village. John Lennon and a lot of other people have remarked that Liverpool seems American. I agree. Its relationship with Englishness is even more precarious than the rest of the Northwest. Wolverhampton, of course, feels Russian and a bit Polish. Its sort of Sovietness cemented in my childhood mind by the media's reference to the West Midlands communist bloc known as the Walsall Pact. If I close my eyes, I can still see the blue and yellow buses full of beautiful CCCP astronauts travelling from Moscow to the Mander Centre, and T-34 tanks captained by men who look like Dave Hill, prowling the civic spaces beneath the Civic Hall, beneath the onion domes of the Methodist Church on Darlington Street. Go overboard, underneath the arches, and watch the door of the Great Western, opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closing. It's like a time-lapse film happening in real time. Know what I mean? Wolverhampton is the reason that modernist sculpture reminds me of milk-flavoured club biscuits. It is my blueprint for pre-multiplex covered shopping. Pull up alongside the Chubb Lock, Wolverhampton's own flat iron building. Look across the waves to Caribbee Island and catch the Irish voices and the sounds of the slums amid the swell. Watch it glitter in the urban sunset, reflecting on the surface like the lovely circuit board flashes of the Art College's extant fluorescent tubing. I can also see the bandaged figure slowly and silently dropping the distorted wheel in Dali's dream sequence in Spellbound. The wheel has 11 spokes, the 11 roads radiating out towards Stafford, Cannock, Wensfield, Willenhall, Bilston, Birmingham, Dudley, Stourbridge, Shrewsbury, Bridgnorth and Treason. A little bit of the skeletal wedding cake decoration at the top of Stockport Town Hall seems to have migrated to the top of this building in Lichfield Street.
I'll put your name down.
Before it was reimagined at the turn of the century, the Garman Ryan collection in Walsall used to spring the shock of actual Van Gogh and Degas and Dürer on concertinaed panel boards upstairs in the reference room of the local library. The Mander Centre used to pull that same piece of utterly black country sleight of hand by juxtaposing Barbara Hepworth's Porthcurno with British home stores. It was a lovely thing, but I'd rather it had been called Burton. I first saw Hepworth's sculpture in 1971. I didn't visit her garden until 1999. When I did, a man kept on popping up from behind big-leaved Cornish plants and taking photos of me. When I told my mother, she said, "Well, he probably thought you were George Michael." Well, of course. You fancy a game of word association?
What do you mean?
Well, I'll point to a building and you say what it reminds you of.
Okay.
All right, what about that one over there?
Karl-Marx-Strasse.
Okay. For me, it's sort of Charlton Heston at the end of Planet of the Apes, mixed with the day out I had in Stockport once.
Fascinating.
It is, isn't it? Look at the elephants' faces on the front of Beattie's, designed in the late 20s by Lavender, Twentyman and Percy, who also designed their companion pieces in Walsall and St Martin of Tours, Rough Hill's own streamlined Saxon Minster. They are unequivocally the finest pieces of sculpture in the West Midlands. That's saying a lot, and you might disagree, but you know the rest. The birds of Betfred aren't bad either. Their masonry trees throng the concrete shoreline. Wolverhampton is surrounded, now as in medieval times, by the forest of Kimver on its southern edge and the forests of Brood and Cannock Chase to the north. What about that building there?
The Reichstag.
What, in Berlin?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's more Sovietness in general, and therefore by extension my brother's bedroom when he was a teenager, and therefore by further extension the front cover of Combat Rock by The Clash.
Well, obviously.
Yeah? Next time you're in Wolverhampton, and there better be a next time, turn on your heel and go round 360 degrees. You'll have a lot of fun. What about those two chaps up there, Harris? What do they remind you of?
Reminiscent of the meeting between Cortez and Montezuma.
Really? They remind me of two blokes I used to know at Brierley Hill called Pete and Teethy.
Teethy?
Yeah, Teethy.
No, I don't know.
What a lovely mixture of things. What a lovely backdrop for conversation. I was in a charity shop in Wolverhampton in 1996, and just as I was leaving, a woman came in. The woman behind the counter asked her if she was all right, and she said, "No, I'm not all right. I'm a rotten maniac from a dead world." A rotten maniac from a dead world? It's positively Shakespearean. Sounds like something from Act 4, Scene 1 of Macbeth, piling horror upon horror. I feel a bit like Ronnie Corbett. I love the way this alleyway is dwarfed by the yellow Colosseum of the Molineux. It's a lot more like a castle than lots of castles I've visited. The looming quality of the walls, that sense of a combative and segregated space within, and of course the statue of the conquering hero. Did he really look like Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys?
Yes, I think he did.
Brilliant. Board the beautiful Beattie's Art Deco liner and set sail on the concrete sea. Catch glimpses beneath the waves of the streets that were demolished to make way for the Mander and the Wolfram. It is always 1971 in here, and it and me are three. Take the weight off your feet. Have a kip in the back of a transit. When you awake, the lights of Wolverhampton will shine before your eyes. I'd rather have written that than float through Hitler's legs.